Hi, everybody. This is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is a Q&A episode, so let's actually get started, shall we? Lukezilla, your first question. Can a wampa from Star Wars survive prehistoric North America during the Ice Age? In my opinion, yes, but it will have a hard time getting used to all the new predators. This is a good question. I like this. I am a Star Wars fan, mainly the original trilogy. I mean, prequels I actually have a down respect for. Sequel trilogy's garbage. Most of Disney Star Wars is garbage. Besides Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2, Rogue One, and Tales of the Jedi. I mean, and even the last season of the Clone Wars, so on and so forth. But the rest of Disney Star Wars is not that good. But anyway. So, can a wampa from Star Wars survive prehistoric North America during the Ice Age? I think it could. Because since it was actually living on the planet Hoth, which is an ice planet, so I would probably think that if it was living on an ice planet and it was transported to Pleistocene North America during the Ice Age, say 100,000 years ago, I would probably say, yeah, it could probably do it. It could probably survive, but facing off against say the short-faced bear, the American lion, Smilodon, and even the American cheetah. I would probably say it would have a hard time against those predators because those predators can definitely do some damage. And even though the wampa is a bipedal animal in Star Wars. It probably does have the speed. It's just that it's more designed to be on snow than say on solid ground grass. So maybe I think it could probably survive for a little bit, but not too long. But yeah, I do agree with you there, Luke. But really good question. It's an awesome question. Your next question: who would win, Basilosaurus cedoides or Mosasaurus hoffmanni? And so, two marine animals that are, of course, didn't know each other. They're from different types of times. Because Mosasaurus hoffmanni was from the late Cretaceous period, and also Basilosaurus was mostly in the late Eocene epoch, going in the early bits of the Oligocene. And so they're millions of years apart. But because they're very similar in size. So but even though I think the Mosasaurus hoffmanni is slightly longer than Basilosaurus. But even though I would probably, it's pretty even, I would say. But even though I think probably the one thing that Basilosaurus would have on its side is some speed. It probably would definitely have some speed because of the sleekness of Basilosaurus. Because Basilosaurus is a sleek prehistoric whale. It's a sleek one, so it's designed to actually go after some things that are kind of fast. But even though it's not as fast as say Dorodon or some sharks during its time, but I would probably say Mosasaurus has power on its side. It has the better bite force. But even though Basilosaurus would have the bigger brain, I could say it's dead even. Because of their sizes are actually going to their sizes are very, very similar in terms of length. But I would probably think the Mosasaurus, if it did actually get its jaws on to Basilosaurus, it's game over. It's game over because Mosasaurus has a much stronger bite force. Basilosaurus still has a strong bite. It's just that it's not really designed to attack anything that is as large or larger than itself. So it's not designed to do that. And so it could actually be pretty close, but I would say it's really even on that one. Really, really even. All right, Nicholas, your questions. Which T-Rex skeleton has the largest skull? Because I have heard about one T-Rex called Museum of the Rockies 008, and its skull was over 5 feet long, if you have heard of it or not. And could the Museum of the Rockies 008 T-Rex be larger than both Sue and Scotty? So I have researched this because the Museum of the Rockies 008, it is basically a skull. It's a T-Rex skull. I don't think there's anything else that was actually found of this specimen of Tyrannosaurus Rex. Unless if there was like some vertebrae that was found and maybe like a rib or something like that. I'm not sure. But I know the skull was found. And so from what I have actually have researched is that Museum of the Rockies 008, its skull is 2 centimeters longer than Sue's. 2 centimeters longer than Sue's. So it's a very minute amount. Very minute amount. In terms of, like, say, could it be bigger than Sue and Scotty? I've seen, like, art or, like, size charts, basically, of that they are possibly making Museum of the Rockies 008 slightly larger than Sue. I would probably say it would probably be on par with Scotty, but I would probably would say is that right now it's still to be determined on that one. It's still to be determined because, yeah, you have a skull, but you still need like a little bit more to determine. Like you need some vertebrae, you need like a limb bone, like some of the leg bones to determine like if it can be larger than Sue and Scotty. But right now, Sue and Scotty are still considered to be the larger T-Rex specimens that is known to science. Because there's also people that have been saying like well, what about E.D. Cope? What about E.D. Cope's specimen? The specimen called E.D. Cope? What like the one you're talking about? Museum of the Rockies 008. There's like another one that actually is just basically the femur, just the femur of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, saying that one could be the largest T-Rex. But most of these are just usually just one bone, or otherwise just like not really a complete of anything. Really, it's just like some bones, but really just not enough to determine it. You know, like it's going to take a lot to actually proclaim that one is bigger than the other, and so we may never even know what would be the largest T-Rex ever. Because maybe that T-Rex didn't get fossilized. You know, maybe it didn't get fossilized. Like, maybe this T-Rex is probably like 50 feet long and probably weighed like over like say 21,000 pounds. You know, we would never know. We would never know. But that's a very good question there, Nick. Have you ever seen or heard of these National Geographic documentaries, like Dino Deathmatch and T-Rex Ultimate Survivor? And would you be interested in doing a future review? I think Dino Deathmatch, yeah, I've seen that one. I have seen that one, and I also have seen T-Rex Ultimate Survivor. Because T-Rex Ultimate Survivor was mainly talking about Y-Rex. It was mostly talking about Y-Rex, and that specimen's in the Houston Museum of Nature and Science, of Natural Sciences. And so that one I have actually seen. Like, it's been a while since I've seen that one, but I've seen it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was an okay documentary. Dino Deathmatch, that one was really pushing it as to being more of like talking about Asiatyrannus. It didn't really talk about too much about that type of specimen that much. It was just more like tried to push the Asiatyrannus debate even further. But it's just, I think that one, Dino Deathmatch, that one was more of like a one-sided hypothesis. It was a one-sided documentary, which that's kind of that's a little bit of an issue with some documentaries of paleontology, is that some of them can be one-sided. You know, like Dino Deathmatch is one of them. Valley of the T-Rex was one-sided, and even Dinosaur 13. That was a very one-sided documentary movie. Very one-sided. And so, yeah, I would probably say that, like, T-Rex Ultimate Survivor, I could probably do a review on that one. Dino Deathmatch, like, I would probably say that one I would grade it as, like, say, a C minus. I would grade that one as a C minus because there's some interesting science bits in there, and there's really nice, like, paleontological, like science that is going on there. But there's also a little bit of an issue because of being one-sided. It was mostly one-sided. T-Rex Ultimate Survivor could do a review, but that might be going into 2025. And so, yeah, but not bad questions there, Nick. Not bad. All right, to the Facebook questions. Do you think that Ceratosaurus only hunted the smaller ornithopods of Morrison Formation instead of hunting the larger herbivores like Stegosaurus and the sauropods of the Morrison Formation? This is a good question. So, yeah, I would, because when we look at Ceratosaurus is a more of a medium-sized theropod. It's a medium-sized theropod, and how it's actually depicted compared to like Allosaurus, Torvosaurus, and Saurophaganax is that Ceratosaurus, it was not designed for combat. It was not designed for combat. It was designed to basically take a bite and get away. Now, could Ceratosaurus have been able to hunt these large herbivores, like, say, some of the sauropods and Stegosaurus? I think it could. It's just that I would probably say Ceratosaurus is more likely going after the juveniles more than anything else. Because I would say, like, a juvenile Stegosaurus, like, Ceratosaurus can go after that one. Juvenile sauropods, yes, absolutely. It's just that, yeah, I do agree with you. It's probably going after the smaller ornithopods a little bit more. It's probably going after the smaller ornithopods. And so, because, like, say, Dryosaurus, Orthnelia, Camptosaurus, those would be the dinosaurs that we're probably more likely going after. Because it's more likely going to be going after things that are smaller than itself. Because that's what it's designed for. Because the teeth are not designed to, or not strong enough to do, like, to be able to shake its prey. It's more designed to just take a bite, like, pull and get away. It's not designed to do that. And also capturing small prey with those types of teeth is beneficial because you're not trying to break your teeth that much, because the smaller prey is lighter weight and you don't actually have to worry about breaking your teeth. But could they actually break Ceratosaurus teeth, like, say, like a kick or a flick of the tail? Absolutely. And so, yeah, I do agree with you that Ceratosaurus is more likely going after the smaller ornithopods in the Morrison Formation. Do like that question there, Alex. And Benjamin, your questions. Did Irritator have a sail on its back? A small one, very small one. Not a large one like, say, Spinosaurus. It's just a small one. Not really large at all. Were the claws of Dryptosaurus designed for holding onto prey? Looking at the arms and also looking at, like, what the claws really are, because for Dryptosaurus, because it's part of the Tyrannosaur family, it kind of has longer arms compared to, like, say, its larger late Cretaceous cousins. And so how they're kind of designed is that they are kind of designed to possibly be able to grab and hang on to prey, because the arms are a little bit longer, the claws were more probably designed to do that. But it's still going to use its teeth and jaws to do the dirty work more likely. Because remember, when you have claws, the claws are designed to hang on, not really to kill. Because we've seen this so many times in, like, documentaries, saying that, like, if you're a predator, you got to have claws because the claws kill the prey. I go, like, no, they don't. The claws don't kill the prey. It's the teeth. It's the teeth that kill the prey, not really the claws. Unless if you're a dromaeosaur, dromaeosaurs can actually use their claws to kill. They can use their claws to kill. But the larger theropods, like, you need teeth. You need teeth and jaws to kill your prey, not the claws, because the claws are just secondary use. And so, yeah, I do think that Dryptosaurus could actually use its claws to hang on to prey. Is Asiatyrannus a small cousin of Tarbosaurus? I would say so. It's still in the Tyrannosaur family. I can't recall what part of the Tyrannosaur family tree it's part of. I believe it's in the Tyrannosaurids. So the larger Tyrannosaurs. But it's still kind of a smaller version of that. But, like, is it a cousin of Tarbosaurus? I think it's a possibility. I think it definitely is a possibility. It's a cousin. It's definitely a cousin of Tarbosaurus. And who would win, Zoopesaurus or Dilophosaurus? So these are dinosaurs that are very similar to each other. Very, very similar. I think they're part of the same family. It's just that one was found in Asia and the other one was found in North America. Because when we look at Zoopesaurus, it is more on the smaller side of the early theropods. It's on the smaller side because you see, it's not taller than a human being. So it's going to be like halfway, kind of like half my height. I'm 6'2", so it's going to be half my height. Whereas Dilophosaurus is much larger, much larger. Dilophosaurus can get over 20 feet long, and it would actually be standing like 7 feet tall. So at the hip, that's much larger than Zoopesaurus. Excuse me. Zoopesaurus has no chance against Dilophosaurus. No chance. Dilophosaurus wins this one easily. I did forget your other question there, Luke. Or Nicholas, excuse me. Nick, I forgot another question of yours. Have you ever heard of this article on the internet about a Triceratops bone bed in Wyoming where there are 5 individuals of Triceratops skeletons found together? Yes, I've heard of this. I'd say this one was just they probably determined this was probably a very small herd of Triceratops, because I wouldn't be surprised that maybe the females were the ones that were herding along with the juveniles, whereas the males were on their own, kind of like what Cape buffalo are. Because see, Cape buffalo, the males are not even anywhere near the herds that much. The only times that they're anywhere near the herds is just during mating. Because remember, the bulls tend to usually be on their own because they can handle themselves on their own. Whereas, say, think about it the same way of Triceratops, is that the males probably were on their own, and then you actually had had small herds of females and juveniles together. And also, that's very similar to elephants, too. Elephants do that. The males are kind of on their own, whereas the females and juveniles are together. But right now, so far, that seems to be, it's more of like an isolated incident of where, say, they got caught up in a flood, and then you actually had these 5 individuals just got put into the bank, on say the bank of a river, and then they just got buried there together, because of a massive flood that actually happened there. But it's still to be determined if Triceratops did do any herding behavior similar to say Centrosaurus and Pachyrhinosaurus. Right now, it's still up in the air about that. But so far, right now, the evidence leads towards that Triceratops were more solitary animals than say its other cousins that actually did live in herds. But it's still to be determined right now. But more likely right now, it's leaning towards Triceratops are the more solitary animals than anything else, because they can handle their own. If you're a dinosaur, they can handle yourself on your own, and especially that if you're a healthy adult and you can take on a T-Rex, that T-Rex is not going to want to do anything with you because you can defend yourself. But yeah, so that's saying something right there. But yeah, that's all the questions I got for you today. Next week will be an extra episode. That will be my review of When Dinosaurs Roamed America. So I'll be reviewing that documentary for that. And so That came out back in 2001. So let's see how it fares compared to today. And so do my review about that. And you can still send me questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinochrist71@gmail.com. Let's go to my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, yes, you post your questions in the comments section. Please put them in the comments section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messengers are for private conversations, so please put your questions in the comments section on any Facebook post. And also for you YouTubers out there, feel free to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel. According to my analytics, a lot of you guys are checking out my channel and not subscribed yet. So please feel free to hit that subscribe button. And also hit the like button, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. The more likes the video gets, the more likely my channel gets spread out to people that are interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general. So please feel free to do so. Hit the like button on many videos on my channel, and also share the videos, share the channel to anybody that's interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general. So please feel free to do so. And also hit that notification bell so that we can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out. And also for YouTubers out there, feel free to leave your questions in the comments section, because I do read them all. Your questions do mean a lot on these Q&A episodes. So all of you that are sending me questions via email, Facebook, and YouTube, you guys are awesome. You're giving me some great questions for these Q&A episodes. You guys are awesome. Keep up the great work with that. And also make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I'll post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Threads, same thing, at dino.chris.pf. I'll post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of the people around you. And also for you younger people out there, and make sure you listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation you could have. A good education. It's very important to have a good education. So with a good education, you get a good job in the future. That's it for now. Now I'll see you guys next time.